Just turning off my phone notifications because I don't want to get slacked right now and think too much about that. Um, but yeah, it's about 10:30 in the morning. It's Monday morning, so I'm sort of working, and I am really happy that today I don't have any meetings basically, except a really quick meeting at 1 p.m. So I was able to be very slow and just kind of follow my whatever I was feeling like this morning. Um, and I just feel very introspective today. Um, and it's pretty cold. And just really in my head today. Um, so I'm so happy that like even though it's Monday, I'm having like a really slow start to the work week and I can just kind of be alone today. I just spent a really slow morning, not working out. I've been doing that a little bit less in the last couple weeks, working out before work because it's cold and I've been really enjoying that gym class I go to, but that's really only a thing I do a couple days a week. And it gets me very sore, and it was a really nice workout. So I feel like on a lot of days I just want to rest and stretch. So I stretched. I prepared some like meal prep, and I cleaned and listened to some podcasts. Did a little bit of work, journaled, listened to music, kind of worked on this project, not project, but like little activity that I got really into because I recently heard a really great podcast with Roxanne Gay and Esther Perel, and I really like Roxanne Gay's podcasts, even though I have never really gotten deeply into any of her books. But I'm gonna read Bad Feminist again, probably after I do this, because um, her podcast just like really sucked me in, and it's behind a paywall, so I'm only listening to like a couple free episodes that is released right now to the public, but she has this co-host who's also wonderful and super hilarious, and her co-host talks more, and maybe that's why I really like it because Roxanne Gay's like more of like a pretty quiet, observant person, but I'm like newly excited about Roxanne Gay, so I'm reading Bad Feminist again. But the one with Esther Perel was promoting like Esther Perel's like game that she had created, kind of like a social like card game that she created about like just creating deep connections. So it's like a card game that has like a lot of questions, like a social like getting to know you game, and kind of similar to the whole like 36 questions or whatever that like the New York Times made famous about like falling in love with someone, but basically like getting like really deeply connected with someone through like these like deeper questions. So I really like it because the questions are a little different, and I think it's really well structured, this card game, but it's sold out online. So I had found a lot of the questions that had been used in this card game just through Google, and was thinking until I can get my hands on this card game, I could like write out some of these questions on my cards, and maybe one day I can wrangle some of my friends who I have over to like play this card game with me. And it's like I don't know why a lot of people don't like this kind of game. I've definitely had a lot of my friends, a lot of people I've dated, been like really averse to playing this game or going through into these like kind of questions, because and I think it's just the personality difference because this is like what I thrive on. Like I so get off on this, and I don't get to do it that often. I don't have a lot of friends who I get to do that, I get to have these conversations with that often, which is fine. It's not like I need it to have friendships and to like survive, but I do really like these kind of games, and I don't care how corny they are. So I'm curious to see which one of my friends might like prove me wrong. But I know there are some who will definitely be down to play this game. Um, yeah, I really think that like kind of making this card game and stuff really fitting into my whole morning vibe today because I'm feeling kind of out of sorts. I'm feeling really emotional, kind of alone, lonely, lost, and I think lonely is like probably one of the top feelings I'm feeling. So like something very familiar and like I think common, but um, I think I've I'm spending a lot of energy going back to that topic. I'm spending a lot of energy on avoiding a lot of feelings of fear mostly. Like a lot of worrying and fear is coming up a lot and I know that they're temporary and even through journaling I'm noticing like yeah, like these are things I don't really need to go down that rabbit hole, but it takes a lot of energy to pull back and like not spiral into that or like not ruminate so much on some of these like super unproductive like nothing's gonna come of me thinking about these fears. um, so I just don't need to make space for them, but there's like a lot there's like I'm of course there's the like lonely single bad feelings that I'm feeling right now. Like if I'll ever feel loved and be able to give love in a relationship and create like a family and get married and have kids. And if I've I'm using the time to my best to its fullest like right now as we are kind of ending the pandemic and as like I'm still working from home for almost probably forever unless I quit. Like where I'm going to meet people, and I'm worried about my grandparents living in China and not being able to get a visa to go to China for the foreseeable future. Very unclear, and that's something I talked about with my parents this weekend. So just kind of like realizing like yeah that I may never see them again, and then having to face like their mortality and mine in by extension. Like um, even though I'm not super close with these grandparents, and the ones I am really close with died already, I it's gonna shake up obviously a lot of my mother's life, and I'm also just like not really fully understanding how sad it is that I only saw them a few times in my life and they're hanging on so hard and they're so strong and old and just living so much in hopes that they'll see us again. And I when I think about that there are people out there like that thinking about me like that, it's like really a punch to the gut and just like really heartbreaking kind of for me. um, and just knowing that someone loves you that much somewhere out there, even if we don't have a lot of communication and we've never really got close, is like really, really sad. Um, and it makes me definitely really grateful for my family, my parents, and I see them as much as I can. But there's always like a bittersweetness, and that might just be my personality. Because for some people, there might not be that. But that's how I see my relationship with my family. Um, and I've just been a bit sad for where life's going, and nothing's feels great. Like nothing's feeling like it is killing it. Like work, how I want to shape my career and my legacy, my social, like my friendships right now. So I think, and then on top of that, like all the little minutia of the day, like I'm not feeling great right now with my what I've been eating. I've been eating like a lot of junk food, which I really need to eat more because I work out a lot, and so I really need the calories. But and I'm burning through this food, but I don't. It doesn't need to be chips, and I think that is hasn't been like making me feel great either, and that's stupid because that's something I could easily control and I'm already aware of. But yeah, I got a lot of sleep last night. I knew that I would just have a breakdown if I didn't. So I got like 10 hours of sleep. So thank God for that. I've been feeling really physically run down and battling like allergies and like worried that I have COVID for the last week and a half. Um, so today I feel pretty clear. I feel not bad, but there's a lot of anxiety that just kind of like snowballs when one thing starts. Like even deep breathing, like I'm not feeling like I'm getting enough air in this room right now. Probably because I closed my window right before I started recording this, and I need to open it back up. And I'm gonna go out on the balcony and do some more deep breathing. I think that will help. But things are kind of shaky. I don't know why. Um, and I'm just observing, like I said, during, like for my New Year's theme and my resolution this year, it takes conscious effort for me. So I'm just gonna like observe, let things come, let let time unfold and time reveal, and have some faith. And all of this is why I'm choosing not to like think too much about things. And every time I think about it, I just kind of pull back. And now I feel like I'm pulling on all of these different like like ponies that are like ready to run off this cliff, and I'm like holding on and trying to keep them safe and keep them back. So that's definitely taken a lot of effort right now, but um, I know that my moods can come and go so quickly, and just a simple promise of like a something fun, having an event planned, or just seeing someone will help me. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna do some work, but like maybe go to yoga after work, read Roxane Gay a little more. Um, my appetite is also just like I just don't feel the energy right now to eat something and digest all that. Like it just feels like it would take away from like all of my energy. So I haven't. I just feel kind of sad, and I think this is really good because I used to feel really numb and like mostly same as now, like dull and slow. But now there's a little more sharp emotion, which I'm happy to see. Yeah, I think I've like kind of gone on and talked a lot in this film, but I'm just gonna go do those things and take care of myself and enjoy my company. And I will talk to you again tomorrow, maybe. A little busier tomorrow, but maybe tomorrow I can come and do a check in. So thanks for listening and have a good day.